The mark of faith. King Milinda said, revered Nagasena, what is the distinguishing mark of faith? Faith, sire, has tranquilizing as a distinguishing mark and also leaping forward as a distinguishing mark. Revered Nagasena, how is tranquilizing a distinguishing mark of faith? When faith is arising, sire, it extirpates the hindrances. When the mind is without the hindrances, it is clear, pure and serene. Thus it is, sire, that tranquilizing is the distinguishing mark of faith. Make a simile. As, sire, a wheel-turning king, going along a high road with his four-limbed army of elephants, horses, chariots, and infantry, might cross a small stretch of water, and as a result that water will become foul, turbid, and muddy. Yet the king would ask his men to bring him some drinking water. The king might have a water-clearing gem, so the men cast that water-clearing gem in the water. Immediately the various water plants disappear, the mud subsides, and the water becomes clear, pure and serene. Then the men offer the drinking water to the king. Sire, like the water is the mind, like those people is the earnest student of mental training. Like the water plants and the mud are the hindrances. Like the water-clearing gem is faith. Just as the water plants disappear and the mud subsides as soon as the water-clearing gem is thrown in the water, and the water becomes clear, pure, and serene, even so, sire, faith, as it is uprising, extirpates the hindrances, and the mind that is free from hindrances is pure, clean, and serene. It is thus, sire, that tranquilizing is the distinguishing mark of faith. How, revered sire, is leaping forward a distinguishing mark of faith? As, sire, one who is devoted to mental training, on seeing that the minds of others are freed, leaps forward after the fruit of stream entry, or the fruit of once returning, or the fruit of non-returning, or after the arahatship, and performs mental training for the attainment of the unattained, for mastery of the unmastered, and for realization of the unrealized. Even so, sire, is leaping forward a distinguishing mark of faith. Make a simile. Suppose, sire, as a result of heavy rain, a river would swell, overflowing both banks. Then the great crowd of people were to come, but not knowing either the width or the depth of the river, might stand terrified and hesitant on the bank. Then a strong man comes along. He knows his own power and strength. He ties on his loincloth tightly, and leaping into the water, crosses over. On seeing that he had crossed over, the great crowd of people too would cross over. Even so, sire, one who is devoted to mental training, on seeing that the minds of others are freed, leaps forward after the fruit of stream entry, or the fruit of once returning, or the fruit of non-returning, or after arhatship, and performs mental training for the attainment of the unattained, for mastery of the unmastered, and for realization of the unrealized. It is thus, sire, that leaping forward is a distinguishing mark of faith. You are dexterous, revered Nagasena.